It is a crowded Tuesday night in the meatpacking district of New York City. Hundreds of people are gathering here for a fun night out, a night of storytelling.
Go over the rules a little bit. 5-minute time limit, that's a big rule tonight.
Tonight's theme is transformation. Speakers who spoke before were invited back to talk about the stories in their lives that have significantly changed the courses of their lives.
Among my beer-drinking group of college buddies, I was the one who would sometimes say, "Whoa, she's got nice tits!" But secretly, I was off buying gay porno magazines. I was 18, the year was 1985. I moved back home to conservative East Lyme, Connecticut, where I spent time with my high school beer-drinking buddies, who said homo and fag a lot. Sitting on the couch rolling a joint was a man named Jack. Jack was 25, and so I went over. I immediately fell for Jack, and then he gave me a big kiss, and I froze. And he said, you are gay, right? And I said, yeah. The first time I had said that to anyone.
Manager of the organizer, TheMoth, seems to be in a good mood tonight because of the big turnout. She shares that earlier this year she was a little concerned because of the tight budget. But now she feels more comfortable that she's seen more and more people are coming to the event than initially expected.
Keeping the story slam prices at $7, I think it's actually become for many people one of the things that they can still afford. So, you know, it's cheaper than a movie ticket and it's a fun night out. So we've actually been very fortunate in seeing our audience numbers go up, and we've had to add more story slams. That being said, you know, the story slams at $7 a head don't pay for the overhead of running a nonprofit organization. And so we've had to make some cutbacks on the back end. You know, we needed to move offices because we'd run out of space, and we decided that probably wasn't prudent. We should stay where we were. We're looking for ways to keep it organic and old-fashioned and true to storytelling, but also taking advantage of digital media so that we can upload these stories and share them once they've been created and really get the best of both worlds.
It was the first day of school. This was also a really bad time to run into the future Mr. Juliet Hope Wayne, because I had like 1 foot in a bag of heroin and like 1 foot kind of in college.
It's just grown very organically from being something that happened in the living room of the writer George Dawes Green to being something that happened in back rooms and bars, slightly bigger theaters and still slightly bigger theaters, and now happening, you know, on stages across the country.
And I was in the pool and I was like, oh my God, like, he didn't jump in the pool with me. He's like pacing by the car, and I realized that he doesn't feel the same way about me, you know? And I said, it's okay, Pete, look, seriously, I can handle it. And he said, I'm in love with you.
How can we get people to share their stories and connect with their own humanity and connect with other humans by celebrating how different we are and how many crazy, wild stories there are in the world? And I think that's maybe one of the reasons why TheMoth has seen such momentum now in the recession, aside from being, you know, a relatively cheap night out, which we struggle very hard to keep it that way.